Sessile for the botanists and the people studying horticulture. Sue, you have your group, do you, here?
Yes.
Okay, for those with a future in gardening, instead of starting at the low end, at the annuals and the cabbages and the potatoes, start at the other end, where all plants came from the trees originally. Although trees themselves came from the sea, there was no land. Anything with 5 bones on each hand came from the sea. So that all of the fish, 5 bones, the dolphins, the great whales, they came from the sea, they went back to the sea. We know that now. They simply flipped their lungs. For those of us that have seen a pregnant woman at 3.5 months, they're not lungs in the fetus, they're fish fins, they're fins fluttering and filtering oxygen from the placental the waters around the womb. So when you next look at your blood and think about your blood and make some inquiries, human blood, the blood of mammals, the ratio of all the different salts of sodium, potassium and calcium, the exact same ratio as deep sea water. We internalise the ocean, the mineral-rich ocean. Your blood is sea water, believe it or not. We've come onto the land and we are now said to be the stewards of the forest and stewards of the biodiversity. Biodiversity means all life. Myself and yourself, anything that breathes and anything that needs oxygen, I imagine, what we call trophic. Anything that's trophic, which is cell-based and is alive, is part of biodiversity. And there's diversity even within trees. You go from the Guera to the Toon Valley, you go on further to Cushkinney, or you go way back to Kerry. No 2 oak woods in Ireland, of the hundreds of little remnants of ancient wood, are remotely alike. The leafless common oak of the low-lying floodplains, or the stemmed leaf sessile oak of the uplands. Tomy's wood, the largest sessile oak wood in Western Europe, is a sessile oak wood. Large, beautiful leaves. Now this is a common oak. It is actually a stemless leaf. It's a stemless leaf. Whereas this here is clearly a stemmed leaf on the Lammas growth, a stemmed leaf. So the Guera, Ireland's most important remnant residual flooded wooded floodplain, 3 on Earth, is of what we call, I'll give a big word, Sue, to the new class, a penduncle. Penduncle is the stem of a fruit. Some apple trees are pedunculate. Some apples have no stems, some apples have stems. Some plums, some acorns. Certain acorns have stems 2 inches, and some acorns grow out of timber. The sessile oak grows straight out of timber. The common oak grows on a penduncle. A stemmed fruit is a penduncle, or a pedunculate plant. Very, very simple concepts. When you're gardening, some of your plants will be pedunculate, and some will be sessile. Sessile means a stemless fruit. Okay? I'll do a handout after today for your horticulture group. I was talking to a farmer there recently, and he was saying, Edmund said, you know, our best farmers are in bed with depression. And I thought about that. Oh my God. I said, is that true? And I contacted a few people I know, and I did find that when our fields, an old German word for felling, the felling of the forest, you have a feld or field. Timber is the old German word to construct a building. Timber is a verb in medieval German. Wealth, the word commonwealth or wealth comes from the word weald, a very old German word for the forest. Our wealth comes from the forest. Think about it. Not from fracking, but from the next breath we take. And not from coal mining or other. The forest